which is a crazy story. Vices. Tell us what it's about. Put it on screen. Here we go.
How do I do this and try to save Eric's channel here? Taylor Schabusiness, not her real name.
Really?
I believe her real name was Coronado. But yeah, great name to choose though. Taylor Schabusiness. She was married with a very young child, but she had a boyfriend. Her and her boyfriend liked to do drugs, allegedly. They were allegedly hopped up on a amazing cocktail of marijuana, methamphetamines, and I believe trazepam. Sort of like a cocktail of things you would never want to mix with each other.
Wait, is trazepam the stuff that turns the frogs? Is turning the frogs?
Probably. It's a horse tranquilizer, I believe. I actually believe it's like a horse tranquilizer.
Please continue.
So they decided to go back to his place. He lived in his parents' basement. Surprise, surprise. They decided to get into a little kinky lovemaking. So they brought out the chain, the dog collar and chains. He decided to go first with the chain. She wrapped the chain around his neck, decided to be a little aggressive, started to choke him out. Then she allegedly blacked out. Then when she came to, she was still choking him, decided she wanted to continue doing that because, as she told the police, have you ever loved someone so much you wanted to kill it? Or she also told the police she just wanted to see what would happen. She'd gone that far. She just wanted to see what would happen. So eventually he passed away. Then she decided, God, how do I go into this part?
Blissfully in his sleep.
She took one of their pleasure toys and proceeded to use it on his corpse for 3 hours. She severed his junk and did things with that for a while. Then she used 7 different knives allegedly to chop up his body. She didn't do her friend any favor by putting a part of a leg in her friend's van. She told the police, good luck finding all of the parts. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle at this point. Most of the parts should be in the house, she said. But then apparently she decided it was time to leave. So she leaves the house early in the morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Mom upstairs hears the door slam, comes down to see if her son had left. She walks down to the bottom of the stairs, sees a bucket with a blanket on it at the bottom of the stairs, says, I don't remember leaving a bucket with a blanket at the head of the stairs. Mom takes the blanket off and sees her son's severed head in a bucket. Then she sees his severed head in the bucket as well. And as she told the police when they were asking her about this, she said, oh, damn, I can't believe I forgot the head. So yeah, she's charged with first-degree murder, mutilation of a corpse, and SA in that order. Yeah.
Wow.
So she, the police didn't really have a big, difficult time figuring out who may be responsible for this. So they went to her house. She comes out of her house with a shirt soaked in blood all over her hands and whatnot. And they say, do you have any idea why we're here? And she says, it probably has something to do with the arrest warrant. And they said yes, and they took her off to the police station, where she gave this very, very helpful statement where she corrected some misperceptions that the law enforcement officers had in the scene of the crime. So the trial is going to trial on Monday, the 24th, scheduled for 5 days because there's not a lot to talk about. They're pleading not guilty by reason of mental illness or a defect, which is the Wisconsin version of insanity. So they're not denying she did it. That's kind of hard to deny. They're just saying she did not appreciate it was a crime at the time she did all of these things, which I think sort of loses a lot of weight when she goes to all that trouble to hide all of the body parts in different places and then goes, oh my God, I forgot the head. How terrible of me.
She's taking a grinder a little too seriously.
Real quickly, thank you, MG Law, for that. I forgot to make the announcement at the beginning. There is no YNW Melly trial today because after the morning session, the giant Ludo RoboCop robot lawyer chick got sick, so they took the afternoon off, and they are letting her recover today. And there's never a trial on Friday. They will resign. They resign. I wish they'd be resigned. That would be awesome. The prosecution anyway. The prosecution will wrap up their case probably Monday of next week. Then it'll be the defense, but that doesn't matter because if they wrap up the entire trial next week, that's going to be awesome. But if not, it's Schabusiness time. Regardless of what is happening on Earth, World War III could break out, and we're still covering Schabusiness, assuming Schabusiness is in court. So whatever's happens, mark 24th on your calendar because that's when the fun begins.
Oh, I'm excited
Right there.
for that.
24th morning opening statements. Taylor Schabusiness. Be there or be square.
I love you. I respect you. I'll see you tomorrow. One thing. The Taylor Schabusiness trial starts on the 24th. And I do want to go through that. There's also another trial going on that started, I think, today or yesterday in Wisconsin. But a guy who's allegedly entered an old woman's home and forcibly raped her, and he's representing himself. And someone sent me a clip of like some of the testimony and shit that's in there, and it's wild. So I'm really, really busy this week. I've got a kid going on a mission trip really soon, and I'm trying to get them ready and reconciling for me that one of my children is going to be away from me for an extended period of time, which is nerve-wracking as a parent. Very, very nerve-wracking. This week, I don't really have time to delve into a trial, but I might next week. And if I do, even if this trial like progresses, we may do makeup streams and get into it either over the weekend or something. Cause like self-represented in Wisconsin is a winning one. It's a horrific crime, but the guy's self-represented. So, it's going to be just fucking crazy. Someone sent me that. I'm very, very interested in it. The Chandler Halderson trial was not live. And so it could be the topic of night shows, or we could maybe catch up to the trial and do it live. Depends on how my schedule looks. But I know a lot of people have been asking me to do a trial, and frankly, like, I love and hate them. They're a ton of work. They're very stressful. They're hard because I'm away from my family all day during the day. And then I still do night shows, but they're really good for the channel. People really like them. They're good for income. I'm not like going to lie about it, but you stream for 8 hours. A lot of super chats come in. It's something I can do on YouTube and Rumble specifically, have both of them on the full show. Yeah, so I am looking to do those, but I believe the Schabusiness trial, which is the chick who cut her boyfriend's head off while on a meth bender while having sex with him, presumably pegging him. I think that has to be the case. That's on July 24th. So that is high on my list. I'm going to try and clear my schedule. Definitely looking for another trial. I know people like them. It's not that I don't want to do them. I mean, I don't want to do a shitty trial because some trials are fucking boring. But Daryl Brooks is funny, right? The Schabusiness one is salacious as hell. So anyway, but yeah, I'm looking to do one. It's really hard to line them up with my schedule.